Hey there, guys, it's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live topic this morning. And it's just simply a powerful choice can change your life. A powerful choice, a decision. You can change your life by simply saying yes in the direction of where you want to be. And I know this to be true. 20 years ago, I made that exact decision. I decided that I, Angela, wanted to figure this thing out. I wanted to figure out how could I renegotiate the way that I would work. And that one decision to move in the direction of the change I desired changed my entire life. And I want to talk about that today. My only goal is to support you with understanding that this is absolutely possible for you. And when you're making a choice for yourself, I always recommend choosing the highest and tallest choice, like the highest and tallest decision. It's not what you think you can have. It's not kind of what you want. But think about the highest version of what it is that you want to see in your life. Hey there, darling, over the next year. Like, what's the change you want to see over the next year? And then choosing powerfully from that place, that big thing, moving in the direction of that. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant. And I got started my company over 20 years ago, simply making a decision to change my life. I wanted to renegotiate the way that I was earning and the way that I was working. And I've today coached thousands of women literally all around the world. Hey there, darling. And I've showed them equally the same, that, listen, it all starts with you understanding that, yes, you are worth it. Yes, your ideas, there is room for your ideas. Yes, there is. Okay. And even Yolanda, if you don't see someone currently doing what you want to do, maybe as a coach or consultant or trainer or licensing your ideas, you can do this. Okay. When I started as a mom coach. And I know some of you know my story, some of you don't. So I always like to share. I started as a mom coach. And I literally started with what I knew how to do, which was create great time systems for moms to practice in their lives so that they could show up more powerfully. And I knew for a fact that if a mom did not have a dream inside of her, something that called her in terms of her own purpose, she would not be sharing all of who she was with her kids. And I decided that that would be my mission, to go around the world and let women know that they are valued and valuable as a mom, and to give them the step-by-step process to be able to do that. That's literally how I launched my business. Now, at the time, there were no mom coaches. Okay, hey Heather. And there was no reason for me to believe that this idea I had would work. There was no reason for me to believe that that I could do this. But I just knew it because it was a result I had created in my life. And I listened to the whispers from others who said over and over again, Mia, you inspire me. How is it that you are always reading a book or finding time for yourself? And you just seem like you're embodied balance as a mom. And I knew that I could help other people do the same. So you can start with whatever it is that you know how to do. And I always like to share that story because I support women who are smart and sharp, who are confident in their abilities to create results for others. But sometimes what you want to do might not be, it might not come from your profession. Sometimes it might be something that, is based on your expertise, your education, and your experience, and you can put that together. But sometimes it's not. And in my case, I led with a soft skill, which was motherhood, and ended up, getting signed to Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows as the mom strategist. Ended up doing a lot of corporate deals with Fortune 100 and 500 companies as the mom strategist, building an amazing coaching practice, supporting moms initially. And then I'll jump into this in a sec. And then I had so many women that said, Kathy, show me how you were able to build the business of coaching. Show me how you've been able to work from the comfort of your home from day one. Hey, Deirdre, good to see you. Show me. And that's how I made that transition for myself as a business coach. But it all started by making one powerful choice for myself. And sometimes when you are making a powerful choice for yourself, which is what I'm going to talk about today, you don't know if it's going to work. Okay, sometimes it might seem really like a pie in the sky kind of thing, because if you think about it, 20 years ago there were no mom coaches, and I decided that's what I want to do. People were looking at me like I had two heads, but I just felt like inside here I was meant to do that. And I want you to think about, what is it that you're meant to do? Like, what is it that you want to do? Post it right here, even if you're watching the replay. What is it that, if you think 1 year from now, you were able to step into the next and highest, tallest version of your life with your skills and your talents and your ability? What is it that you want to do? Okay, what is it? And it's okay to say it out loud. Well, I started saying it out loud, and I made decisions that were in alignment with the highest and tallest vision that I saw for myself. And that changed my life. Now, I say that very specifically because a lot of times people make decisions in the direction of where they want to be, but it's not the highest and tallest vision. It's what they believe they can get, what they believe is obtainable for them. But I want you to think differently than that, because what I stepped into was what I wanted, not what I thought was possible. In fact, I didn't even know if what I wanted to do was possible, quite frankly. I didn't know that women would embrace me around the world. I didn't know that media would embrace me in that way. I had no idea, okay? But that's what I wanted to create. And so I'm telling you that if you want to change your life, you have to start with the choices that you make. But the choices have to be in alignment with the highest and tallest thing that you desire. And I'll tell you why that's so important. Because building a business, honoring a dream, it takes work, okay? Yeah, it does. And it takes sacrifice. And if you are building something that's the smallest version of what you want, in opposed to what you really want to realize, when those moments get hard, you know what I mean? When you have to stay up late, when you have to get up early, you're not going to want to do it. But I can tell you for sure, if you are in alignment with what you're meant to do, okay, you won't even think that you're up late. You'll just be up late, and you know what? It won't feel like you were up late, because you're doing what you're meant to do. And I'll tell you, I see this a lot. Like, a lot of times people have shrunk down their dreams. They've met people who they themselves don't have big dreams. And so they tell you, no, well, why don't you start with this, and instead of doing that. And, sometimes we take advice from people that are well-meaning, but they're just not well-informed about what we should be doing, right? And you got to understand that the advice that we get from others, the only advice I'm ever going to give you is based on the advice I give myself and I've taken. So if you're talking to someone that hasn't taken a risk, or someone that hasn't built an amazing business from the comfort of their home where they can work anywhere around the world, they're going to advise you as such, okay? So you got to always consider the source when you're asking for advice from others, right? Like, that's something that I take to heart, because one of the first individuals that I went to when I wanted to start my business, I was told that it was a director of a small business resource center. I was told my idea did not make sense, and that no one would ever pay me to do what I went on to do exceptionally well. And so I take a stand in my business for women to show them that you don't have to know the how. You don't have to answer all the questions that people will often ask you about how you're going to do that. Well, what if it doesn't work? And, all of those questions that make you embrace doubt, you know what I mean? And fear. I just led in the direction of the highest and tallest calling, and I made choices that would get me closer to that. So what are those choices? Anybody want to know? So I want you to write, what are the choices? And then I'll tell you what some of those choices are. Me, I need help nailing down my niche. I have vast experience in corporate learning and development, but I'm not sure how to get started with the who and the what to really focus. So Angela, I'm not selling you. I do recommend the Giant Experience Master Training. It will help you figure that out. My background is training and development, as you know, if you've been watching me. And I do that very thing. I help my clients understand their highest and tallest gifts, and what is it that you do specifically, and how you can bring you to market, even if you don't know what the product is, which is really like the biggest issue for most people. They don't know that they are the product, and they're looking for someone to bring they're looking at other examples, right, to see what else is out there and you might not see it because you're meant to bring it. So like in my case, I was bringing something to market that there wasn't an abundance of to see, right? So that was mom coaching, right? So now you see a lot of mom coaches, but back then you really didn't. And so I didn't have the examples of what that could look like, so I led with what I knew how to do 100%. And I made a tall and high choice based on what my skills and ability were. And I recognized the power of authenticity, the power of you understanding like all those years of experience at work, right? Your education, your background, the way you do what you do is your proprietary system. Now, you might not have thought of yourself that way, but it is my zone of genius. And what I teach my clients specifically to understand is what is it that you do that nobody else does, that you probably don't even see it that way. Because the thing about brilliance is like, it's like breathing, right? It's like when you're brilliant at something, you're just breathing it in. So you don't always see your niche, which is your genius, right? You don't always see for yourself the transformation that you've created because, of course, that's what you do, right? You make the magic happen. I'll give an example. I hope this helps. And if this is supporting you, let me know that this is supporting you, even if you're watching the replay, okay? For me, I realized that every time I went to like a mom's group, moms were just always asking me questions about like how I was structuring my day and how I was living my life. I was just being me, and it was my zone of genius. But those moms saw my way of doing things as something really significant. And I started to listen to those clues. One of the biggest clues for me was I became a president of a mom's organization that at the time had like 41 members or something like that. And while I was the president, over a course of 1 year, they grew to about 170 moms and split in 3 chapters. And I realized like there might be something here, okay? Like maybe I have an ability to connect with women who are moms at a high and tall level that I haven't been seeing. So sometimes, it's a thing that you do, you touch, and it seems like it just always works. That is likely the thing that you need to do. I encourage any of you who had a similar question as Angela, which is like, I'm passionate about a lot of things. I'm trying to narrow this down. I'm not really sure what it is. I encourage you to think about it from this perspective. Sometimes when you are what I call a giant, and I only work with giants, brilliant, amazing women who can create results for others. The truth of the matter is, because you are that good, you can create a lot of results. And you have. And that's the part of what creates the confusion. So there are what I call triathlete entrepreneurs. Hang in there with me, okay? There's some people as an entrepreneur, they are marathon runners, right? You know what I mean? They do one thing and they run, okay? They're one thing, right? But then there's some entrepreneurs who swim a little, bike a little, run a little. And that's more or less what you're talking about, Angela, because when you're very, very talented, see, swimming represents one talent you have. Biking represents another, right? And running represents another, right? Okay, so it can create a degree of confusion when you are exceptionally smart and you have a lot of skills as to what should I lead with. Does that make sense? That's where, to me, expert coaching, mentorship is really important to help you really ask bigger and insightful questions so you know where to get started and how to get started based on your zone of genius. I hope this has supported you, okay? Now, I asked you a question a minute ago, and does anybody remember the question? Anybody remember? Okay, the question, because my goal today on this live is just to teach you about the power of your choices and how when you choose powerfully for yourself, you can literally change your life. Then I'll give you an example. Part 2. When I started working as a coach, I knew for myself that I wanted to build a business around my life. And I didn't want it to be the other way because I knew what the other way looked like, which was I had a schedule. that I couldn't get out of ever, right? Like I had this schedule that was 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And I basically was going to have to live my entire life running, operating with that schedule. I couldn't see how I could get out of trading time for dollars. So I decided to build a business based on freedom. And I wanted that business not to be based on me exchanging my skills for money by the hour. And so maybe this is something that you've thought of, but you haven't had the opportunity as of yet to step inside of what that could look like for you. But you've thought of it. But because I asked that question of myself, right? Like, how could I live in a way that would allow me to show up at all the games, that would allow me to take my kids to school without rushing, that would allow me to be an intentional mom and wife, date my husband in the middle of the day? How could I live that way? How could I structure my business so that time isn't yanking my chain? I built a business and models that were based on freedom. I decided to only work with mentors who were free, because for myself, I really wanted to understand how to do that. I've had many mentors who have taught me many different ways of how to build a business based on leverage. And that's what I did. I decided that I could build a business one-to-many, work from the comfort of my home. I only wanted to build a business from the comfort of my home. I've always been home for the last 20 years working and running this business. It was a dream for me. I said, if I build this business and I build this business based on freedom, how could I do it? And because I asked the highest and tallest question, I began to make choices, getting mentorship that would teach me how to do it, right? Deciding that, reading things that would show me, ways to work less, right? Like I read Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Work Week, became really enamored with outsourcing, understanding how to duplicate my time, just really learning and different ways to structure the business so that I could be congruent in my life, in alignment with what I really wanted. And I'll tell you that so many people know what they want, but they're not congruent because they're not choosing from the highest and tallest place. I want to pause for a second. And if you are getting value, I would like to know, like, are you getting value, and is this making sense? Are you guys getting this? And it was on my heart today to just really support you in understanding, like, your choices right now, like, that's the life you're living are based on the choices. So if you want to elevate the way that you're living in anyway, not to say that you don't like what you have already in your life, right? Or the way that you're operating. But if you want to elevate in any way, it starts with you really thinking about that highest and tallest gifts and talent that you have. It starts with you choosing powerfully in the direction of whatever it is that you want to do. Thank you for the hearts. I don't know who's that. It starts with that. Hi, Leslie. I'm so glad you're here. And, I wish I could tell you, like, I got started and then it was like an overnight success. In 30 days, I created this amazing result. A lot of my clients do. That's not how it works for me. I was an 18-month overnight success. And I'll tell you that every single thing that I learned in building my business over the course of 18 months really grew me internally and allowed me to understand that the life that I would be living would be based on the quality of the choices that I made. And the life that you're going to live, and, it's going to be based on the quality that of your choices. So what are the kind of choices you can make? Okay, number one is the choice of understanding, first and foremost, that choosing high and tall for yourself is always the answer. I see people most often who are afraid of tall choices. Hey, Antoinette. They're afraid of tall choices. They've been told that that's too big. You can't do that. Like, I mean, in what world? When I said to my parents, thank you, darling. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you're here. When I said to my parents I wanted to be a mom coach, and there were no mom coaches, they were all like side-eye blank stare, right? Although my family's exceptionally supportive, let me just say. But they were like side-eye blank stare, like, what is a smart girl like you going to do that for? Okay? So what I had to do immediately was trust myself, choose powerfully for myself, and walk in the direction of what it is that I wanted. And when I think about all that I've been able to realize in terms of building this business the way I want, supporting thousands of women around the world with understanding that, yes, your knowledge is very valuable, properly packaged, supporting many of my clients and getting themselves free and staying free, because you don't want to just have a great year and then the next year your business falls apart, right? Supporting my clients with understanding that the things that you've been giving away and not counting and valuing, somebody else has been seen as valuable. A lot of times other people see inside of you what is most valuable. That's why they're coming to you. That's why they're coming to you at work. That's why your friends are coming to you. That's why you're getting advice. People on the outside see how incredibly brilliant and amazing and smart you are and how valuable what you bring to the table. And sometimes it's us, like that we don't actually see it. So the first thing I think for you is to just start thinking about what is it that you really want to do. And if you wanted to build this business on your own terms, what would it look like? Like, would you work 2 days a week? Would you work 1 day a week? Would you work, you know what I mean, on the weekends? Would you work just a couple hours a week? Because I can tell you, like today, I run my masterclass every couple of months, and which is the Giant Experience Masterclass online. It's where I help new entrepreneurs figure out how to take what they know with all their years of experience and how to package it and put it in a structure, even if they don't know what the product is. I show them how to price it, how to position what they do in their marketing, because most people don't know how to market in organic or paid ways. I show them how to price to fully value what they're doing. My clients only sell things for a high ticket. So, because you're smart, right? Like, why would you be selling what you're doing for $47 or $97 or anything like that? So, all of my clients sell what they do for $2,500 or more. Most is or more. I have many clients that sell things for hundreds of thousands of dollars as well. But that's it, because your knowledge, your years of experience is worth that. Like, think about it. And I show you how to find buyers and how to sell in a way that's authentic to you. All in a community of what we call giants. My clients are incredible, smart, sharp women that support one another, and they curate their ideas together and they share in a collaborative way. It is an elevated community, and we're very investment minded. We invest time, money, and energy to change our lives, because it's the only way you're going to change your choices. And I have the opportunity to mentor, I would say, the most brilliant action takers around, because if you've ever seen any of our testimonials, you can always go to Redrick.com, click on the Giant Experience Online Master Training, and you'll see for yourself the proof. We have so much. Hundreds of women who have changed their lives, who have built products from scratch they did not have when I met them, who have hit six figures in some in a month, 6 weeks, some in 1 year, some in 2 years, who have gone from selling their time for $200, $300 an hour to now no longer running a business that way. I have a client who recently changed their entire practice, medical practice, and literally had 60 hours a week. She was engaged with her clients, talking to her clients each and every day as a therapist, and she changed the practice. Now she works with 10 to 11 clients in that way, and does consulting and licensing based on what I told her how to do. It's different for all of us, and sometimes we just need to be in an elevated space to know how we can take what we want to do and how we can make it work, and it's worth betting on yourself. If the Giant Experience piques your interest, in my community, we until Tuesday of this week, midnight this Tuesday, if you use the code GIANT for the Giant Experience landing page, you will save $1,000 off of the new price. So our price increased because the results are amazing. The price is ridiculously low, even given what it is that you get. 45-day access to amazing training to rewind from the comfort of your home. But not only that, 2 days of consulting with me where I'm talking to you. I'm calling your name out. I'm I'm working through scenarios with you so we can figure out how to take what you want to do and put it in a structure that you can bring to the world, right? And as your own zone of genius, so that you can monetize what it is that you do in an authentic way. And I think that the reason that we've had so much success, quite frankly, is because I teach my clients to be authentic, because I think that's where all of your power is. You know, I built my business based on what I know how to do. I didn't build my business based on what somebody else knows how to do. And all my power comes from that. I'm not reading Cliff Notes to figure out what to teach my clients. I teach them what's inside of me, and I teach my clients equally to share what's inside of them. I want to open the floor really quickly and hear your ahas and your takeaways today. And Brittany writes, I needed to hear this. Tiffany, I'm so glad you're here. I love that picture. The red is popping through. I'm sharing today how you make one choice and that choice will change your life. In my case, I had to invest in myself. I invested in speaking training, coaching training, Facebook training, marketing, so many marketing trainings. I've had so many coaches over the years help me, support me, and mold me. And I'm very grateful that I saw myself worthy to invest. If you want to change your life, change your choices, and understand that this idea of hemming and hawing, or I'm going to do it, and not committing is the thing that's keeping you away from living the life that you desire. You know, it's when I think about, oh, thank you. Oh, I love that, Marian. I love that because, you know, I always just speak from my heart, as you know. And my only goal really is to support more women with having what I have. And it's something I think about all the time. I think, why don't more people know how to build their businesses the way that I know how to do it? Why don't more people do this? Why are there not more coaches and consultants and people building their businesses based on licensing? Why aren't people really understanding how to build a business with a time-rich model? You know, why don't people know how to do this? And I certainly share it with my clients, what they can do to build a business based on leverage. I know for a fact that it is the most fulfilling way to do work. And I know for a fact it's the most profitable way to do work. And I know that it will give you greater peace and ease. And yet, even knowing that, right? And even so many of my clients watching me over the years build and change my business and lifestyle, and knowing is real, like knowing it's real, still have, you know, over time, people just watched. And I want you to change your choices, because you know what the new year could hold for you in January. It could completely be different for you just by the decisions you make today. And I do want to invite you to come into the Giant Experience Master Training, MiaRedrick.com. Click on the start your training online with the Giant Experience Master Training. Use the code GIANT. You'll save $1,000. It's my way to pay it forward for those of you who have said, I'm ready. Like, I want to change my life. And, you know, the master training is incredible. It is a gift. It is a gift. I should sell it for $7,500 to $10,000. But it's my way of paying it forward, because I want to see you get this. I want you to understand you can build your business. You can work anywhere you choose. It's what I do. Work from the comfort of your home or anywhere you choose to in the world. And you can do work that you absolutely love. You can be your own boss. No, it's not a pipe dream. No, this is not like, you know how sometimes people think like in order to be successful, it's like get rich quick and all that. None of that. Okay, I'm talking about building a solid consulting, coaching business and knowing how to build the business with the most profitable models that can change your life. Most profitable models is how to build the business one to many. There are many different ways to do it. If you're a consultant, understanding how to package your knowledge in a way that makes you in demand. And when you're in demand, you're in command 100% in terms of pricing. People aren't buying time from you. They're buying your method and knowing exactly how to do it, right? Thank you so much, right? I'm in the the Caribbean. So I'm so excited. Thank you. And yeah, and you know what? Actually, it's not really. It's warm, but it's not hot today. I've been up early walking, so it's just beautiful. And I decided years ago that I wanted to figure out how I could work anywhere I chose to around the world, and I have been able to do that successfully. My husband and I have also been, considering purchasing a home away in the Caribbean. And so I do my research and to figure out exactly where do I want to be. And it's such a blessing to be able to have the freedom of choices, to be able to do that. To have a business that I can just pick up and keep inside my purse. All I need is a phone, right, and a laptop, right, and to run my business, because I can run it anywhere. And you need to come now, Marianne. I'm not even having it. Come now. Okay, I'm not even having it, right? It's like, come now, because you're worth it. Fight for yourself, and know you're worth it. And it's interesting because I'll watch women who watch the results that I create, and I don't create the results. My clients create the results, but I teach them my systems that work, and when they apply them, I never have a failure. Never. I mean, people change their lives, and they change it quickly. And you can change your life quickly, too, by your choices. So the next thing I wanted to talk about with choices is just the timing of a choice, right? So when you are thinking about making a choice of change, like, I'm going to explain it this way. You guys remember the candy now or later? Anybody remember that candy, now or later? Did anybody grow up eating that, or was it just me? And the cavities I had, right, came probably from now or later's. I love the grape flavor, by the way, and the apple and the watermelon. Okay, did anyone else have now and later's, or is it just me? Okay, all right. Well, I wanted to just relate now or later's to you for a second. And what I realized is, like, if you want to change your life, then you have to be a now person. Because changing your life really isn't a later decision. It's like when you make a decision for the change you want, and you move in the direction of the change that you desire, Cassandra, right? So I'll tell you what I mean. It's like me getting up this morning, right? Me too, Leslie. Me getting up this morning and taking my walk. Now, I take my walk so that I can work on my health, right? And my fitness and my wellness, all right? And my emotional clarity, right? Because I love connecting with nature, and it makes me just powerful, right? So, and I love connecting with God and praying during that time. But what if I knew I needed to work out and I told you guys I'm going to walk later? Is that real? No. Because if I'm committed to my fitness, my wellness, my emotional wellness, my praying, why am I not acting now? Why am I talking about what I'm getting ready to do? And there are two types of people. They're the people who do things, and they're the people that say they're going to do things. Y'all know I know it's early, so I'm not going to go in on this, okay? But I will tell you that what I've learned about the community of women that I've been able to support the most, and my clients call themselves giants, is that they say yes, and then they figure it out. They say yes, they figure it out. They take actions now in the direction of the change they desire, okay? It will never happen. Something will always take place, always. It's like, is there ever a perfect time to take anything, a class, or train? Never. You have to decide today that you're worth it, and that you're going to treat yourself like you're worth it. And if I were waiting for the perfect anything to do anything, I would not have built this business the way that I did. If I was working for the right moment, for me to be just ready, for the right timing, no, nothing would happen. I move in the direction of the change that I want. So they're now people and they're later people. And one of the biggest questions that you need to ask yourself is, how can I move, if you're a later person, to a now person? A person that says yes to yourself, and you fight for yourself, and you make things happen. It's so funny because, hey, Carolyn, that once you make that decision to move in that direction, things just kind of work out that way. You know, time opens up, babysitter comes available. You know what I mean? You know, you have more time available than you even imagine because you said yes. And when you say no to yourself, then those possibilities never ever come forward. So I hope that this live on, you know, the power of choice has really supported you today. My only goal is I just want to see more of you here. I want to see more of you living the life that you desire, because it's possible. It's not a pipe dream. You deserve it. It's available to you. I already know you were not taught about leverage. Okay, I already know that you were not taught how to build a business based on freedom, because most of us have been taught how to be workers. Most of us have been taught how to sell time. And now it's time to change all of that. Like, you literally, like, this, I digress, right? But I just want to leave you guys with this nugget and why coaching and consulting is really like one of the best vehicles for your freedom. Let me ask this question. What's an annual revenue goal that you'd like to hit in your business over the next year? So just write it here. What's your annual revenue goal in your business over the next year? Okay. And then I'll choose someone's example and I'll break this down for you, right? So I want you to think about what I'm saying here. I'm going to choose one person here that plays, and then I'm going to share with you how coaching consulting is one of the best ways to support you. So tell me, what's your annual revenue goal? Okay, Leslie, okay, 140,000. Anyone else gonna play? Anyone else gonna play? Okay. So Leslie, I'm gonna choose you, okay? And then Leslie, tell me also, what is it that you want to do? So what is it? What kind of coaching, consulting, what kind of business or licensing are you thinking? So you might not know exactly what it is, but just give me an idea of what it is that you want to do or are doing, and you want to do it in an enhanced way. So I'm going to wait for your comment here, and then I'm going to show you guys very simply how coaching and consulting could really support Leslie with building a business based on the kind of freedom she desires. And as I share her example, I want you to think about yourself. I want you to think about, man, how could this work for me? Okay. So Leslie, tell me, what's your background? What is it that you want to do in general? And that way, as I share and break down the example, I can make it personal for you, right? Because you're the first person to step into this for yourself, okay? So Leslie's goal is $140,000. And she'd like to help people decide what they want to do with their life, set goals and plans to get there. Okay, so Leslie is interested in being a coach and a consultant that supports people with making transformations as it relates to setting goals and their plans and reaching them. Right, so very, very, very powerful, right? So, okay, and her background is customer service. Got it. All right, perfect. Okay, and Leslie wants to hit $140,000 over the next year or more over the next year. So let me show you how simple this is, Leslie. So $140,000. Let's say, Leslie, that you and I were working together. You came through the Giant Experience Master Training. So the first thing we got to figure out is what the package is that you can put together for your ideal clients so that you can support them in setting those goals and creating plans to get the results that they want in their life. So we would come up with what your system is, what your proprietary method could be, what it could include. We would look at things like your structure for the business, like, or what is it that you require in order for your clients to get a result. Give you an example. Do you need to meet your clients in person in some way? Can you meet them one-to-many? Are you thinking of doing a retreat with them? Do you want to do 2 retreats with them a year? Or are you thinking that you need to coach with them? Is it every week, or is it every month, or is it, once a month? And we would come up with the kind of training perhaps that you might think that all of your clients need to have in order for them to have some guideline baseline based on your systems and your methods. So once we did that, and you kind of started thinking more differently about what is it you want to offer, we need to come up with, once we have the package, we need to come up with a price. All right. Now, for what you're going to providing your clients, right? Leveraging your customer service experience in your background and creating an amazing experience for an intimate group of clients. So let's say, Leslie, that you were only going to work with this upcoming year 20 clients. Okay. Let's say 20 clients over the next year. And we decided that your coaching, you would charge $7,000 for your clients. 7,000 times 20 is 140,000. Then we would think about the best way for you to meet with those clients. Like maybe it's one-to-many, okay? And so if you were with those clients one-to-many and they came to one retreat and you coached them, let's say 2 times a month, one-to-many, right? And they also got training dripped to them that you put together for them. Is that pretty powerful? Now let's look at the time that it's taking. Your retreat might be a one-day retreat. It might be 8 hours. I'm just breaking this down. Your coaching with them might be just 2 times a month. It's 120 minutes, 2 hours. 2 hours times 12 months. That's 20, right? 2 hours times 12 months, right? You're coaching your clients, right? 1 hour, 2 times a month. Then that's 24 hours. 24 hours plus 8, your retreat day, is 8. 32 hours a year for $140,000. I just wanted to use that as a quick example to show you the kind of ways that we could look at what you're doing. And obviously, the Giant Experience, we get to go deeper in terms of what it could be for you, what you could put in these packages specifically, how you could offer your services, right, to elevate the experience for the client. But do you see how quickly you could see differently how you could take what you want to do and put it in a structure and change it by changing lives, right? Doing exactly what you want to do. So does this make sense? Did this support everyone listening, right? This example allows you to see, right, like to think about, hey, Robin, Giant Robin, I should say, right? I'm so proud of you, Robin. So first of all, let me just say that. And I'm talking today about how if you just change your choices, how you can really step into a high and tall version of what it is that you can do. And I gave some examples today, and I used Leslie as a great example, right? She was vulnerable, and to show how quickly, Andrea, you can take your knowledge, put it in a structure, and hit your goals, right? In a way that's time rich. And likely you're going to need a mentor to know how to do that. And you need a mentor that's proven. And the way that I define what proven is should be a history of results for sure. But also anyone that creates amazing results currently creates results as well. Yeah, so Leslie, I invite you to check out the Giant Experience Master Training. It will really support you in understanding how to monetize what you do quickly. You'll have the methods that you need. You'll know how to position your marketing to attract the right audience. You'll understand what is different about what you bring to the table versus everyone else. You will learn equally how to find buyers and how to close and sell. So it's not just the packages, it's not just the services. It is also knowing what is my process to get my ideal clients to come to me, right? And that's really important also to know. It is a full solution. And that's the reason clients are successful is because that's what I'm into, right? Yeah. So just go to miaredrick.com. All of you guys should go, miaredrick.com, click on the Giant Experience Master Training. You'll see it's $34.97, right? $3,497. You can use the code GIANT until Tuesday midnight and save $1,000. Okay? So you have until Tuesday midnight to save $1,000. How cool is that? All right. So did you guys get value? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. You are the product. Robin, I love it. I don't know if you can do this or not. I don't even know if you want to do this. So you can say, I don't want to do it and I can't do it. But I think I can bring you on the camera if you're open. So if you are open, let me know. In which case, I'll bring you on camera. If not, I'm totally good with that, right? Because you didn't know, I didn't know you were going to be here, and I'm over here talking and teaching. Hey there, Andrea. Good to see you, beautiful. And you are a new giant, you know, and I think that sometimes, okay, cool. So let's see how we can do this. I'm going to add you. Okay. So, and then you can just pop in, and it's an impromptu, which I love, right? By the way, I love having this opportunity. Are you there?
I'm coming in. Can you
I
hear
can
me?
see you. We can see you. I got a
I'm
little dizzy
fixing
for
my
a minute.
ponytail.
Look at you, gorgeous. How are you?
I'm
I
walking in
can't
this
hear you though.
room. You can't hear me? Let me see.
Cut your volume up.
I got it
You're
up. Do
looking
you hear?
good.
Am I on mute?
Can you guys hear her?
I don't see a volume button. Let
All right,
me
let me see if it's
see.
me. All right. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
You can
Can
hear
you hear
me,
me? Mm-hmm.
and I can't hear you. I probably need a mic. I probably need a headset. Okay, so let me just ask you some questions, and I won't be able to hear you. So it's okay, right? I don't know what you're gonna say because I can't hear you. All right, but you can hear me, so that's perfect. All right. So one of the things is one, congratulations. You look amazing, and we're so proud of you. And so tell the audience who you are, what you do, and who you serve, and tell them why you are fabulous, because you are so fabulous. Please don't be shy.
You say you can't hear me?
No, but that's okay. Just go with it.
Okay, well, my name is Robin Roots. I am a nurse by day and film producer by night. I'm actually in California today because we are here for a big award show. And basically, we've been nominated for Best Documentary and also a Panavision Award that is worth $60,000. My team is here. I'm so excited. I have had meetings with amazing people. Oh, she ran to get the mic. I have had meetings with amazing people that potentially will change my life. I'm looking at selling a documentary, and I've had some amazing meetings, and I am just like in awe because I started with Mia a while back, and I have been producing for about 6 years. I am 2 weeks away from retiring as a registered nurse of 33 years, and also a filmmaker of six
Okay,
years.
I'm gonna
Okay, I
try
hope I
this.
hope we can. I hope she can hear me.
1 second. Keep talking to him, Robin.
Yeah, and so I'm just excited because I miss Mia and I've been missing her classes because these last 3 weeks preparing for Cali has been amazing. But I have been in the room with some giants and they keep saying, "You have branded yourself so well. Oh my God, you're just amazing." And I met with two famous people. I can't say their name at the time, but they're coming to the award show today, and they are African American filmmakers that have made stuff for OWN in various places. And my documentary is available virtually up until today. However, we premiered on Thursday, and I had a 20-minute interview that ended up being an hour and 10-minute interview. And I had so many people talking to me about have I ever thought about doing a show and doing podcasts because I can answer anything. So I'm just in awe because makeup and hair will be here soon to get me ready. And I'm just like, I can't believe I'm from the East Coast, from Richmond, Virginia, and now I'm in Cali. And a lot of the people that I have met with, they've been in film over 20 years, and they're in awe because people that I have invested in, seed time and harvest, I'm a spiritual person,
Oh yeah.
that people that I've invested in over the years with their film projects, never laid eyes on them. We've been really dealing through business partners and stuff. I met a lot of them, and it was humbling for them because if it wasn't for me, their films would not be on the big screen now due to funding and just supporting them. So some of the people I've met, they're like, "Do you have a publicist?" That was a challenge for me, and I didn't get one before I came. But they pretty much say, "You don't need that because this is the table." So anything that you need moving forward, you have my number, you have my information, because you have great content. And they pitched a few ideas to me, what I need to do with my nurses and continue this, and it will be huge. Three networks are interested, so I'm just like,
You just
you
woke
know,
up like this. Like, listen, okay, wait. Okay, so Robin, yesterday I did a quick live. I'm not going to keep you because I know you're super busy, okay? And I appreciate your vulnerability, to step in here. But it's so powerful because the real you are inside of the dream, and we were just talking about this
mhm.
on the call. I just did a live about it yesterday, and or the day before, and we talked about it on the call recently. The fact of the matter is, there's this thing you see in your mind's eye that's huge, gigantic, right? And now you're inside of that dream, living that dream, and how does that feel for you, right? Like, of course, that's where you belong. I mean, so do you feel like you don't fit, or do you feel like this is where I was meant to be?
It's funny you asked that, because in your teaching, you told us how you felt when you got into that space. You felt nauseous, and I almost passed out on, today is Sunday, Friday night, because I'll be able to share this more
Yeah,
later. But the person approached me and introduced themselves, and they say, "I heard you, created 2020 Year the Nurse. It's the buzz of the festival." And I said, "Well, thank you." And they proceeded to say that their husband was a doctor, and they said, "Thank you for your service. And how can I learn more about your project?" So I had my cards, I had my digital business card, and I just pitched. And I talked so long to her that her team said, "We gotta go. We gotta get you in the car." So I'm like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." So, but when she left, I almost like passed out. I say, but I was ready for the pitch. I had everything there. She walked away with my volume. Can you hear me?
yes,
Okay. She walked away with the keychain. So when you scan my keychain, you can hear my song, my trailers on there. Is, these young people create everything. But to be walking in it, I've been getting up every day. I'm in California now. So I got up this morning at 3 o'clock, which would have been 7 o'clock. And I
yeah,
come down to the lobby, and I pray and I read, and I'm reviewing all your stuff, and I'm sitting here, and then this happens, and I'm like, I have to ground myself, like you say. It's a
yeah,
mindset, because today is the day. And I don't have the portfolio that they have as far as 20 years of film, but my film is buzzing, and I got my gown. I'm going to get these awards today. And it
yeah.
is,
We're in
I
agreement.
feel it. Yeah, and it's just, to walk in it is scary, but I know I'm prepared, and they haven't
But
asked me anything.
on the other side of fear, you get to live with a new
Yeah,
gift. And that
yeah.
is so, so, so powerful. And I just acknowledge, I'm so proud of you. And
Thank you.
you're a giant in every way. I loved seeing Lisa come out to support, right? Like,
Oh
is that
man,
amazing? So
when she
you
showed
talk
up, the
about being in a
energy,
community. Yeah. Like, it's amazing. Right.
the energy, and then she was like, when it was over, she was like, "Oh my God, oh my God," and I was like, "This is Lisa," because we've been on, in class on Zoom, and now we actually connect, and it was that
So
synergy was
Lisa is
like,
a client
mm,
in one of your, so for the viewers, they don't know who Lisa is, but Lisa
oh
is one of
my
the
God,
giants in our community.
yes,
And she came to one of your events to support you, which you didn't know she was going to be there. And how cool is it to have that level of support, right? Or to see a giant, someone that's your own ambition level and above, right? In a big moment, because it's powerful.
it is powerful, and it makes it real for you, because
Yes.
in this lane is not a lot of people that have the energy and the
Correct.
focus that we have. A
Yes.
lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, why are you doing this?" Or this, you're doing too much, and you're
Yes.
not, because when you have that relationship with God. And
Yes.
as Mia teaches us, connecting to the soil, the earth, the
Yes.
grass, and all that, you understand that your purpose is bigger than you. And I think
Correct.
when we're young, we get lost in that. But when you get older and you got less time in front of you, you be like, I got to get this done because
Yes.
he didn't put all this in me for me. And so,
Yes.
as I'm here at this festival, and the theme is legend. Um, I know I'm a legend, and when they interviewed me, I told them because legends are made because they inspire and change lives, and I've done that 33 years in nursing, and now with film, to
Yeah.
get the tears and the hugs from the audience, and just the synergy that they lost so many people in COVID, and now to see that
Yes.
somebody highlight that. and
Yes.
and while I was here, I got a call that I'm nominated at the Bronzland Film Festival again, but now for the song 2020 Year of the Nurse, that will be premiered on a national level. I've been pushing it myself, but now to be shown in Atlanta at an Atlanta film festival
Yes.
is God, is hard work, is dedication, is doing the work, and that mindset, because I'm a nurse as a filmmaker, and these filmmakers got a whole lot more on me. But to see the crowd and the pictures of them getting from me, that's
Yes.
that came from this giant experience, not dumbing myself down.
Yeah,
Just
that's right.
walking in my authenticity because I know who I am, and
Yes.
and if I get scared, I know who to call and say, "Hey, you got this."
You got it. You know, I am so proud of you. I want to again thank you for, for being amazing and for leading from the front, because we need more women like you leading from the front to show women who are watching women like you to know that this is possible. And you are, we have the same fears. We all are exactly the same. The difference is you are a person that your choices have aligned with your purpose, and the reason you're sitting there and that beautiful palm trees behind you right now, and you're at that field, you're where you are right now is because of the choices you have made to say yes to yourself. So we honor you. Let us
Thank
know
you.
today you got it. Let us know the outcome, and I do hope that, I'm sure you are, because I'm sure you're doing this, but that you are in some way videotaping for yourself the experience and how you're feeling throughout this whole process, because it's amazing.
Yes, I actually hired a team to follow me around, and they'll be there today to get the award show and everything. And they actually recorded that interview. It's been showing on the news here and multiple, they pulling segments out of it because, you never know what question you're going to get,
Yeah.
but they were amazed at what happened. And, you're going to always deal with adversity, but you have to be stronger than that. And just a quick snippet about me: I have vertigo, so I struggle with heights and different things
Yeah.
like that. But I have to travel, and I was down with my back 2 days before I caught the flight coming here. And I had to just roll out of bed because I say, I'm not going to miss this opportunity. I don't care what it takes to get me up. And I get on the flight coming to Cali, 30 minutes in, 5 hour ride. The airline stewardess passes out. So I spent most of my ride here with three physicians working on somebody that actually threw a pulmonary emboli. And from the time we worked on her IVs, blood sugars, just trying to monitor her heart rate on that
Yeah.
absolutely amazing iWatch, we were able to get her down to the ground and to the hospital, and she survived on United. And I didn't have any back pain because I was focused on that. I didn't have vertigo, but I knew my call was greater because who
Yes.
does that? I mean, I'm scared of heights, and now I got to stand up, bend down, work on you, and do this. But God is faithful because
Yes.
my prayer was, please don't, because we was too high up and we couldn't land early because nobody could get us off of there quicker. So it was just one of those things. And now I sit back, I say, did that really happen? Because once I got here, I had to get to work. But I've been
Yes.
getting emails from her family and from the airline saying, man, we so glad the nurse was on here, because usually we have a veterinarian or a couple of hair salons to say, hey, we can come, we got gloves and this. So it was scary, but thank God for the AED. Once I ran out of everything else, I said the next step is this, but God is faithful. And so I'm just grateful that I came, I showed up, and
Yes.
I walked in my giantness, as you say.
Yes.
And I thank you
Yes.
guys for listening. And I did not expect this, so please forgive me. I just got out of bed and came down here in my little secret place.
Well, I love you. Super proud of you. And thank you so much for sharing with us. And we'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing day. It's going to be a giant day, right? It's already giant.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
already
just
giant.
claiming it, and you got it. So I'm so excited for you. I really
Well,
am. And,
I,
it's just the beginning. And all
I
you see
love
the
you
hearts,
guys.
people sending you love because
Yes,
you've got this. So I
I
love
love you
you,
guys.
and
Thank
I'll
you. You
talk to you
just
soon.
made my day. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.
Was that awesome? Okay. Some things you just can't make up. Okay. Okay, okay, all right. Yes, was that awesome or what? I'm just trying to catch up with the comments. Guys, you know, what are you gonna say? Okay, like literally, because I didn't even know that she was gonna come on, and I had no idea the story. But being giant starts with the choices that you make, and Constance, all right, and it starts with the choices you make. So make sure today you choose powerfully for yourself. I love you. Um, I love you. And I just want to see you, I want to see you change your life by making decisions that will really change your life. Be present for it. Don't take for granted what is available to you. Okay. And that would represent part of that change for you. If I in any way can help you, go to miaredrick.com. Watch. Oh, I love you. Um, watch a free webinar if that's your first start. Join the Giant Experience Master Training, an amazing choice. Next live training is August 20th, 21st. I promise you, you will not look at your talents and your skills the same again. It is life changing. It is my commitment to you. I will never waste your time. I do not want your money. I want your results. Because if I serve you 100%, you're going to tell the world. And that's my goal, is to see more people changing their life, right? You're over here crying, right? I'm just telling you, like, I just want to see you guys get it. And because I know how life changing it's been for me personally. And I know that I know you can do it. This is not about skill, talent, and ability. It's about your choices. And you got to say yes to yourself. And you got to know that you are worth it 100% because you are. And don't allow distraction, confusion, settling for what you do not want, what isn't enough to get in the way of something that can change your life. All right. So I love you guys. I need to go find my kids, right? Are they still sleeping? We had an amazing dinner last night, so they might be. I love you. Have a great and amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Don't forget, if you decide to grab a Giant Experience ticket, use the code Giant. Use the code Giant. I love you. Oh, I appreciate you, Robin. You got this. You're rocking it out. I love you. You're amazing. I'll talk to you soon.